EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears, and it's coming up next.
We've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, a fan-favorite underdog, undrafted out of Old Dominion in 2015, Taylor Heineke.
Let's face it, you don't see too many Old Dominion alums suiting up under center in the NFL. And in fact, Taylor Heineke, the first ODU quarterback to suit up for a regular season game, not to mention doing well in the playoffs. This guy's an absolute fighter. Fought for every chance he's had in this league. Attitude, determination, those carry over to his teammates very well. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we see it right here on the opening drive, throwing the football in these snowy conditions. Going to be very, very tough. You wonder if they're going to rethink the aerial attack going forward.
It will be interesting, and it'll be a debate, because most of the quarterbacks that we know, they believe they can throw through anything. They don't care if it's rain, snow, it doesn't matter, as long as they get a chance to throw the football. And I think a lot of coaches think that in these conditions, let's throw it early before things get worse.
So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off the play action, you've got a all-star in the making.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll run here with Foreman. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On 2nd down, here's Foreman. And now holding up there, he does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and a yard. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Looking to throw, Heineke. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Heineke. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Throwing again is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. spike, and he faked it. And that is going to wind up incomplete, so they tried to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards for number 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, Fields throw complete there to Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This is 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Flush to his right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player,
there he goes left side. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. To throw is Heineke. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 3rd down, Heineke. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. T.J. Edwards in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. This a 31-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger.
Has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, are you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw is Fields. He's got the connection to Moore. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bears! Khalil Herbert, 35 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up with safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's Fields. He's going to look deep for more. Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore, 50 yards. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Santos with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch. The Bears were given a solid first half by their quarterback, Justin Fields. He threw 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for 2 more. He did it all, as his guys were putting up points in bunches. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these 2 coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And a good run here as they run all the way down to the 40-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Fields. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Fields. Flushed out right. And he takes this one in for the Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 22-yard scamper. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Heineke going to lead the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now Heineke. Being chased, and he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19th. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. To return is Taylor. A solid stiff arm. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
A shotgun snap, Fields. That'll be caught by Foreman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the 1st. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a
well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Graham. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now Heineke. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game.
getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 72 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
First down, Falcons.
Throwing, Heineke. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Heineke. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Foreman powering ahead. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Foreman's going to get it again on 2nd down. Work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
For the Chicago Bears.
They run again with Foreman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. That impressive performance just became a little bit more impressive here as they add yet another score to the ledger late in the fourth quarter.
And not much has stopped them at any point in this game, partner. This is just an old-fashioned blowout right here. They probably could have put the brakes on themselves, but they elected not to and played this one all the way out.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Here's Jones on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offensive